What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. If you can give me the HKO special, help the king out, hit the like, subscribe, and comment. All right, so let's now talk about the USWNT. Oh my. Yep. And of course, they lost their prime time slot. So we'll give reasons why. And here we go. So the drifting USWNT is being battered with criticism. But of course, it's progress. And plus, Washington Post said this. Of course, there they are taking their selfies like they won something. Nope, you just went into knockout. And yep, so Sydney, the players are dancing after dismal performance and being scorned for it. They're in peak athletic shape, yet posing with mediocre cream and being paid handsomely for it, but more than just uh, hamming and peddling in the biggest World Cup ever. The U.S. women's team, national team's growing. Their signs are everywhere. The results might otherwise. It seems far fetched Americans will make a return to trip to Sydney on August 20th. August 20th, the championship? Well, we can't be looking that far ahead, but look harder because there's a bigger picture away from the pitch. So we can trash the progress of the American players' Instagram page where every other post is a paid partnership. Now, 19, they earned the second World Cup, demanded, fair compensation in National Federation. But, you know, and pay equity loomed over the dominance in France for this current team. However, the corporate branding would define experience in Australia and New Zealand. Players have found new hustles in hawking headphones, hard seltzers, and even hatchbacks. Yep, show them a product and anyone on the U.S. team might gladly pitch it. Yep, it's a different time today. So we mark this momentum and voices American detractors who have shed and glove traditionally worn by pundits and champions of women's shorts. So these three matches result in 0-0 against Portugal. A defeat decides to draw it and close the group stage with a thud. And the United States experienced something that hasn't faced before, a buffet of deserved criticism. A criticism that has nothing to do with the team politics, only its play. Yep, but the team's politics have led them to not want to follow them, but hey, and look, we look back at the U.S. national team since the 23 World Cup. Retro that might happen sooner than later. We will see the best kind of growth. These women are gaining ground on modern athletes, catching the moment while feeling the harsh yet fair scrutiny. So, but a flick of a switch, upcoming stage, and go on the window thing that would prove nothing besides the United States has the best developmental system of the nation with ponytail girls growing up and becoming rock stars on the national roster. But here's the thing: the new generation celebrate unprecedented third World Cup, adding a fifth star on their USA jerseys might make them worried to sit at the table with legends. Mia Hamm, Christine Lilly, Michelle Akers, but isn't the top rate team in the world supposed to win? Yeah, but they're not sitting at the table with Mia Hamm, you know. And, instead we grow the same way America does, counting the dollar signs. See, and back in 99, Chastain had some songs, they're quintessential contemporary athletes. They chase the bag as much as the champion as early as often. They expect to haul in 3 or 4 times more in group license royalties than the 19 team did, according to ESPN report. They're equally footballers, business moguls. Yes, so they're just selling their selves and making money now, and they could today. But the 14 new players on the U.S. rosters know nothing about prosperity. The older generation fought for equal play and allowed the younger crowd to stand on the shoulders. While up there soaking up the sun, this new class thanks to its predecessors by snapping some pics for truly orange slices limited edition flavor. So, yep, favorite capitalism. So it's about time women's sports can shamelessly pitch any product like a man. But women are being judged bona fide athletes they've been in a country that ignore women's sports are viewed strictly as feel good stories with patronizing coverages that cheers on but rarely scrutinize on field performance that the U.S. is reaching new ground. But think of the '04 U.S. Olympic team. The Summer Americans, roster NBA, were favorites, but they got embarrassed. The experience was so bad they had to put the redeem team. Yep. So we sent our redeem team back and we won the gold medal in '08. But the women's soccer hasn't reached that point, but it's starting to hear similar refrain of criticism. So there you go. And Carly Lloyd, who played on the previous two World Cup winning teams, works as a Fox studio analyst where she watched over 23 dance they're following their draw to port. She called the team out. I'm for positive, and they have advanced, but Lloyd said, but at the same time, cheering, dancing, I got a problem with it because I wouldn't be happy. I know their former players, they wouldn't be happy with that. Of course, she bent the knee 24 hours later and recanted. So and yep, and Androsky defended his players and described Lloyd's criticism, especially what his team lacked the mentality to win, to overlook the biggest tournament in the world underachieve, and dancing after draws does not help perception. No, it doesn't. And the team needs to focus better, as Chastain noted during an appearance on a soccer podcast after the whistle with Brandon Hunt and Rebecca Lowe. So so you're getting your next contract or you're getting your next commercial, you're getting your face out there. How many Instagram followers do you have? Chaston said about the current person. It's a different time. We don't have social media like we said. Thank God we didn't because it's a distraction. And they do need a reality check, and that's what we're here. It's football. Late in the show, Chastain dropped the mic on the truth. We have to be better in every phase of the game. We have to be better with the ball, better transition, better in defense of the collective, and better in our mental approach. They're not there. And we have to be better in respecting the game for Christ's sakes. Yes, national anthem, you know, everything. So it's a beautiful game, but we have almost bastardized the hell out of it. So, knowing these lines, these women have been accused of dividing the nation. Yes, unpatriotic, and that's what I'm like annoyed with. And yep, and Rapinoe gave us the heebie-jeebies before the purple drive because she's gay, because she dared to exist with the women with opinions. She was the avatar, and yep, she's running that team to the ground. And the team is unafraid to speak up on racial and social and political matters. If Lloyd seems to have some political differences with her former, she used her platform just to score, and shame on her. The United, shame on her. Yeah, right. I mean, she told it, told it like it is, but of course she had the bent. So, yep, on the timelines with the crosshairs of criticism, U.S. women are expanding. Yeah, well, yeah, the other, as I've said earlier in the other blogs, they are actually expanding to other teams. See, so yeah, for the other females now that are Americans, they are now, you know, playing for their other countries. So yeah, so that's where they're at. All right, let me show you the odds. It's kind of crazy. So we look at the odds here. Look at these odds. Look at, yep, Team USA is favored by 115 at 255. So they're saying that they're going to advance and then to qualify minus 180 and a plus 150 on Sweden. So even the betters have USA going on. But I don't know. I don't know about that. And they lost their prime time slot, you know. They seriously lost their prime time slot. So that's the thing. And yep, they're gonna have to play. I mean, for me, I'm in Korea, so their prime time slot became a prime time slot in my eyes because on the other channel I'm gonna cover the World Cup, and of course, yeah, I'm gonna be like Team USA scores, and then the other team I'm gonna be like go. If that's the bad part because yeah, they're just doing this virtual signaling, and yeah, I want to see maybe just Sweden just win and cheer for the other players that are Americans winning it. So, but we'll see. So, yep. So they lost their prime time slot, just to say. So if you're in the West Coast, you got to wake up like 2 or 3 in the morning. East Coast, 5 in the morning. Yep. And yep. So and of course I was like thinking of the ratings. They had 6.3 million, but I think some of that might be Univision because they watch a lot of football. So makes me wonder. And yeah, so we'll see how they come out on Sweden. We'll see. It's not going to look pretty if Sweden comes out with a goal or two. And that would hopefully be the end of Team USA. Or they might get lucky. But it is remain to be seen how it's going to go down. All right, everyone. If you enjoyed any of this content, give me the HKO special. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment on what you think. All right, everyone. Take care. See ya.